I've started repairing iPhones. You need a completely wrecked iPhone 16 Pro for this, thanks to a generous contributor. I now have the latest iPhone 16. Many people ask, what phone do phone repairers use? Well, now you see it. I have no idea what kind of suffering this phone has been through. Both the front and back glass, as well as the middle frame, are severely damaged. I originally bought this for 2,000 yuan. Now, let's see how much it costs to repair. What's the cheapest way to get the latest iPhone? Removing the shattered back glass is not easy. The aluminum wrapped battery inside is already warped. That means extra costs. But the most important thing is the motherboard. I'm confident that Apple's compact motherboard can withstand pressure. Will I be able to use this iPhone 16 Pro in the end? And how much will the total repair cost be? A brand new one only costs around 7,000 yuan. First, I'll remove the broken back glass and shattered display. Apple's latest screens are relatively cheap, at least compared to older model screens. After installing the official display, I tested whether the phone would power on, including the deformed battery inside. Luckily, the Apple logo appeared. The phone booted into the system. I expected the motherboard to power on, but I didn't expect the twisted battery to work as well. This is a Chinese 128GB model. Next, I tested all the functions. Never underestimate Apple's durability. Despite the severe exterior damage, everything still works fine. Face ID and both front and rear cameras are fully functional. The cost breakdown is getting interesting, but let's be honest, 128GB storage in 2025 is pretty useless, especially for someone like me with a lot of work files. To use this iPhone 16 Pro properly, I must upgrade to the highest 1TB storage. I removed the motherboard. Surprisingly, the inside was intact despite the exterior damage. Many people worry about hidden motherboard damage after a drop, but remember, this is what I do, so that's not a problem. I placed the motherboard into the grinding mold, then ground off the original storage chip. This exposed the motherboard solder joints. I carefully cleaned up the board's corners, then installed a massive 1TB storage chip. For an experienced repairer, installing a new chip is no big deal. I sealed it with black adhesive. That completes the second major repair step. The 1TB storage chip cost 600 yuan, bringing the total cost to 2,600 yuan so far. This upgrade isn't mandatory, but I wouldn't settle for anything less. For the housing, I went with original parts. I wouldn't be stingy with my own phone, right? I got an original dismantled middle frame and back glass. The set also included an original battery. This entire housing set cost 1,200 yuan, bringing the total repair cost to 3,800 yuan. If I had chosen aftermarket parts, I could have saved a few hundred yuan, but for the best result, original parts are the way to go. I reinstalled the motherboard into the housing, then put back all the components. Once assembled, the phone still lacked system data. I used a computer to reinstall the system. After booting up, I checked the storage. It now showed 1.02 terabytes. Because I used non-original parts for some components, forewarning pop-ups appeared. No rush. I'll fix those next. I applied new foam padding to the motherboard. To restore water resistance, I cleaned off the old adhesive around the edges, then applied factory-grade waterproof adhesive, installed the back glass. Next, I replaced the most expensive part, the original Apple display. This screen alone cost 2,000 yuan, bringing the total repair cost to 5,800 yuan. Honestly, that's close to the price of a new unit. I used Apple's official tools to verify the new screen. With iOS 18, Apple allows online verification of genuine parts, but keep in mind, if an iPhone has an active Apple ID, some parts cannot be paired. After running diagnostics, the display was successfully verified as genuine. However, the battery was marked as unable to configure. This means the battery has been locked. In the end, 3 of the 4 pop-ups were resolved. Checking the system again, the battery warning remained, but the rear glass and housing warnings were gone. This rebuilt iPhone 16 Pro now has fully restored waterproofing. The final repair cost for this wrecked iPhone 16 Pro was 5,800 yuan. Given that a brand new one costs only 7,000 yuan, you might wonder if repairs are even worth it. But don't forget, this one is the 1TB top-tier model. If I hadn't upgraded the storage, the repair would have cost just 5,200 yuan. Compared to buying a brand new 1TB model, I actually saved a lot. So, if this iPhone were yours, how much would you be willing to pay for it?